What do you think of this place, Otto?
It is fun because there's a lot of stuff to do. Like, I found this piece of a pot and I threw it and then it broke.
This is the Gairloch near Helensburgh in Scotland, and it is where I spent a lot of my holidays as a kid, particularly the summers. My family, or my mum's side of the family, come from around these parts. When I was a kid, my Auntie Margaret had a cottage over there somewhere in Whistlefield. A great auntie she was, not an actual auntie. And we'd go and visit that quite a bit. My mum used to work in a tea room, Green Kettle, up past Whistlefield, Port Capel Way, sort of thing, over that way, Gairloch Head. She started there when she was 11, by the way, because they had different rules back then. So it's a part of the world that's always been a big part of my life, and I brought my kids along for a few days because I wanted them to experience it too. A lot of the time you'll be playing Fortnite and things like that, but do you like actually being outside and playing outside?
Yes, but a lot of the time, like, I want to get something. I get it at a store or something. And then, like, I play with it, but then, like, whenever I ask, can you play with me? Can somebody play with me? And I'm like, there isn't that much to do, so I normally go on the trampoline, and I love when I'm active outside and do stuff I really like with people. Like Scotland, how I get to go outside and look around with stuff and do climbing that I kind of like, because there's lots of, like, it's really fun to adventure around and look at new things.
What makes this such a good holiday?
It's because there's a lot of fun things to do,
Like what?
like rolling down a hill.
We were lucky enough to go on quite a few holidays when I was a kid, but they were mostly sort of 2 weeks in Tenerife or Torremolinos or somewhere like that. But I think the ones that I enjoyed the most were the ones that were quite simple. I remember having a trip down to Devon where we were just playing in woods and playing on a farm, and I remember like a woodland full of bluebells and stuff like that, and that was always my favourite holiday as a kid. And then coming up here and playing out here in the loch, I know, looking in rock pools and stuff like that. So I think people sort of think, oh, you need to be taking your kids to Lapland to meet Santa or to Disneyland or something like that. And yeah, I'm sure that'd be great. You have a lot of fun doing stuff like this.
It's always really nice to go out and just, like, enjoy, like, what you're doing, because you may not do it again for, like, a long time. So it's really fun going out and just enjoying what you like.
Yeah, I agree. So while we're here in Scotland for a few days, what things would you like to do?
Probably, like, I feel like I never knew what the weather would be like in Scotland, and I kind of like it. It's like hot sometimes or really cold sometimes. And it's really nice.
You like the mix?
Yeah,
You're a very positive boy, aren't you?
technically. It's just really fun to do what you want to do when you're outside and you're playing.
So living in the present, do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's very wise, and I think that's something that a lot of grown-ups don't understand.
Really?
I think so. I think a lot of grown-ups either think too much about the past or think too much about the future rather than just enjoying what's happening at the time.
Yeah, because, like, sometimes what you're doing could be very short, like water slides. You do it, but then let's say water slides, there's good parts when you're on the water slide and going, but the bad part is like the line. But you shouldn't try to enjoy the good part and try not to enjoy the bad part of it. Waiting in line is the bad part. Going down it is the good part.
Why is this holiday fun, Arlo?
Stroking moss. Stroking moss.
Stroking moss is what makes a good holiday.
Yeah.
That you should enjoy when you're like at a place, and you shouldn't just like be like, this isn't that good. I don't like this. You should be grateful for what you have.
What advice, Otto, would you give older people? What's something that older people don't do that you think they should do?
Try to help. Try to help. People at younger ages. So then, because maybe you had a really good life when you were little, maybe you could give other people good lives, like how you may have had. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.